Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Morawski back again to read another book about moms. We're celebrating Mother's Day this week. This book is a little bit longer. You might want to read it in two parts. It's called The Mother's Day Mice, and it's by Eve Bunting. She was the author, one of my favorites, and the illustrator, I know you guys know her, is Jan Brett. See if you recognize the way she works in some of her illustrations. The Mother's Day Mice. Biggest little mouse wakened first. It was early morning and still almost dark. He tugged gently on the whiskers of Middle Mouse, who slept next to him. It's Mother's Day, he whispered. Time to get up and go for our presents. Middle Mouse tugged gently on the whiskers of Little Mouse, who slept between him and the wall. Mother's Day, he whispered. They crept out of bed and tiptoed past Mother's room. Outside, one star still slept in the sky. They stopped to wash paws and faces in the pail of water Mother kept by the front door. Biggest studied his watch. We have 2 hours before Mother wakes up. Middle and I know what we're getting her for what we're getting for her and where to find it. He looked at Little Mouse and waited. I know what I'm getting too, Little Mouse said. Honeysuckle. Biggest shook his head. Little Mouse, honeysuckle grows only on Honeysuckle Cottage, and we know who lives in Honeysuckle Cottage. You'll have to find something else for Mother. Little Mouse wanted to argue, but Biggest was already lining them up, one behind the other. Hold tails and be quiet as we go, he said. The dark has dangers for little mice. They ran across the meadow. Little Mouse liked the tough, smooth feel of his brother's tail. He thought the three of them joined together must be as long as a snake. He didn't want to think about snakes, though. The edges of the sky were streaked with morning. A red fox passed them on his way home. They crouched till the white tip of his tail disappeared into the trees. "Grrr," said Little Mouse fiercely. "Who's afraid of him?" But his voice was too weak that he couldn't hear it himself. An owl sheared above them as they lay hidden in the long grass. Little Mouse kept his eyes tight closed. If he couldn't see the owl, then the owl couldn't see him. You didn't have to squeeze my tail so hard, Middle Mouse told him as they stood up. I thought you might be frightened, Little Mouse said. I was telling you I was here. Middle Mouse sniffed. A strawberry patch grew at the edge of the meadow. There's my surprise for Mother, Middle Mouse said. She loves strawberries. She says the first ones taste of summer coming. Biggest Mouse boosted him so he could get to the roundest, reddest berry from the top. Its weight tipped him backwards as he carried it. My surprise is here too, Biggest Mouse said. He picked a dandelion fluff ball and held it high by its milky stem. It's a wish flower for Mother. Little Mouse thought that the fluff ball was as beautiful as the spinning of spiders' webs. He could see the sky through it. Mother will love it, Little Mouse said. Now can we go for the honeysuckle? We have time, and maybe he won't be there. Biggest Mouse sighed. We'll go look, but only because you're the littlest and it's Mother's Day. And we don't go close. Cat is always there. Now would be a good time to take a break if you're going to watch this story in two parts. Cat was there. He lay on the porch of Honeysuckle Cottage. Monstrously big, monstrously black. When he yawned, his mouth was a dark, spiked cave. Little Mouse could see it clearly, even though they weren't too close. Maybe he'll leave soon, Little Mouse whispered. He pulled his eyes away from Cat to the honeysuckle that twisted around the porch. Honeysuckle for Mother. Inside the cottage, someone was playing piano. The tune was Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Dum-dee, 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 da. Dum-dee, 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 da. Maybe Cat likes to lie in the sun and listen to music, Little Mouse whispered. Maybe the person will stop playing and Cat will go away. He sniffed the honeysuckle air and pretended not to see Biggest Mouse check the time. Dum dee dum dee dum dee da. That person is not going to stop playing, Middle Mouse muttered. He set his strawberry on the ground and a beetle came on the run. Middle picked it up again and shooed away the beetle. Little Mouse began creeping toward the cottage on his belly. Biggest yanked him back by the tail. Stop that! Anyway, it's time to go. What if mother wakes up on Mother's Day and all her little mice are missing? Or eaten, said Middle One. We have to go, Biggest said. I'm sorry, Little Mouse. But inside Little Mouse's head, something had started to beat. Something wonderful that was the beginning of an idea. Something better than honeysuckle. It's all right, Little Mouse said. The sun made a pink path across the meadow as they ran for home. Bring her a daisy, Biggest said over his shoulder. She likes daisies. Bring her a rock, Middle One puffed, a small rock that's not hard to carry. They're nice, Little Mouse said, but they're not special enough for this special day. He had something special, though. He had it strong and firm in his mind when they got home. Biggest stood the fluff ball in the jar beside Mother's chair. Middle put the strawberry on a blue dish on the table. I'm glad I didn't roll it, he said. Sometimes I wanted to, but I carried it all the way and it isn't even squished. He glanced sideways at Little Mouse. The strawberry can be from you too, Little Mouse. And the fluff ball will be from both of us, Biggest said. Little Mouse smiled. Thank you, but I thought of something on my own. He thought it was funny that his brothers looked all around and then rolled their eyes at each other. Something I kept hidden, he said. Biggest Mouse held up a warning paw. Shh, Mother's coming. Happy Mother's Day, they all shouted when she came into the kitchen, and Mother said, why, you remembered. Remembered? We almost got eaten through. Middle began, but Biggest poked him hard. Sometimes Middle Mouse talked too much. Mother blew on the fluff ball and it exploded into a beautiful feathery seeds. Did you make a wish? Biggest Mouse asked. Yes, a wonderful wish. Mother cut the strawberry into 4 pieces. I love strawberries, she said. The first ones taste of summer coming. She nibbled on the edge of the berry and closed her eyes, and Little Mouse knew that she was tasting sunshine and sweet corn in the cold waters of Meadow Stream. Now me, he said. He was so excited he thought he might explode, like the fluff ball, into a million pieces. The music he'd heard at Honeysuckle Cottage was loud in his mind, and he clasped his paws and began to sing. He sang the words he thought of as they ran home. We have brought a song to say, Happy, happy Mother's Day. No one's mother is so nice. Love from all your little mice. That was wonderful, Mother said when he finished. How astonished his brothers were. They'd thought he'd had nothing, but all the time he'd had this. What is better? Was it better than honeysuckle? Little Mouse asked. Much better, Mother said. Honeysuckle doesn't last forever, but a song does. Was it the best of all of your surprises? As soon as he asked that, Little Mouse felt mean. The song is from all of us, he added quickly. Mother smiled. All of my surprises were lovely. You each brought me something different, and you each brought me something the same. Do you know what that was, Little Mouse? Little Mouse knew. They'd brought her their love. Mother opened her arms wide, and they ran to her. Let's sing Little Mouse's song, she said. Mother and her 3 little mice swayed together as they sang, and the kitchen was warm with wishes, and summer coming, and music, and love. Thanks, boys and girls.